Welcome to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is Secretaries TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. One big question that is bothering many political analysts is, will Kenya erupt? Can Kenya erupt? Can Kenya come out of their houses to demonstrate? Indeed, I was involved in one of the meetings, an online meeting, where people were discussing about Kenyan politics. People in diaspora were discussing about the affairs of the Kenyan situation. So when I was sent the link, I accepted to join the meeting, and I found it very, very interesting and very interactive. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ask me, Kenya can erupt. Kwa sababu gani? Kwa nini tunasema kwamba Kenya inaweza kuripuka? It may not be now. It can take time. It can take ages. But if the current situation continues, the law of elasticity will come to apply in Kenyan politics, whereby an elastic whatever stretch, if you stretch it, there is a limit beyond which you cannot stress it, because if you stretch beyond that point, it breaks. That is where we are headed. We are now on the limits. We have been stretched to the limits. So that's why I'm saying the country can erupt. And what are the factors can make Kenyans erupt? The first thing in my view is that Kenyans have become very conscious of what is happening. Kenyans are enlightened. Kenyans know that there is stealing of the resources. Kenyans know that they are overtaxed. Kenyans knows that the powers that be do not care much about the high cost of living. The powers that be are levying taxes from all corners, from the immigration department, from the registration of persons. Kila mahali unapoenda itakubidi uchage pesa kiasi fulani, including the children who are born out of the country and the mothers or the parents are Kenyans. So when you want to register them as Kenyans, you have to pay 1 million shilling. That is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. Again, when you look at bei ya mafuta ambao inapada kila uchao, I was listening to a discussion of guys who are very, very uncomfortable when David Churchill told the Kenyans that the price of fuel could rise to Kenya 300. And many people were like, how? Why? Which country? And the answer is Kenya. And what is happening is that since the government is suffering from credibility issues, kwamba chochote ambacho serikali inasema utapata kwamba mwananchi wa kawaida haamini vile ambavyo anasikia, haamini ya kwamba the price of petrol, the price of fuel is being affected by the Palestinian-Israel war. Watu wanasema ni uongo. And I also think it is not true. When you look at the depreciation, the beating that the Kenyan shilling is getting, you realize that people cannot continue losing their money. When you go to the supermarket, utapata ya kwamba bei ya bidhaa inapada kila wakati. These are the factors that can make Kenyans erupt. Tena unajua vizuri sana, hata ukitazama jibwa vizuri sana. If you look at a hungry dog and you are eating, ukicheza, the mbwa anaweza kurukia kile ambacho unakula. Kwa sababu unajua Waswahili wanasema wegi wape, usipowapa watajichukulia. That is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. Because ukitazama vizuri sana utaona kwamba maafisa walio katika serikalini ngazi za juu, the cabinet secretaries, those in state offices, they are getting huge salaries. Wanalipwa doge nono, wakati watu wa chini wanalipwa mshahara wa kijugujiko. Mshahara ambao huwezi kutoshea siku 3 siku 4. And it is just a rat race in Kenya. So when you look at the situation, utapata ya kwamba kwa mfano unapotazama mama boga, I was listening to people in wakulima market today. I was listening to their discussion, and I can tell you, people are mad with this government. And Kenya Kwanza is very much aware of this. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, let me pose a question to you. Do you think if elections were called today and William Samoei Ruto is a candidate, do you think he can be elected? Do you think people can still vote for him? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Kwa sababu kusema ukweli, kile ambacho tunakiona hapa, it is something that William Samoei Ruto has deliberately prescribed to the nation. Kwa sababu ukiangalia, he is telling us about madeni, lakini haya madeni ukitazama, he is still taking more. But the worst thing about it is that zile pesa ambazo serikali inakopa, the government cannot be able to pinpoint just one project. Tuambiwe ya kwamba hizi pesa tulikopa, we borrowed 60 billion na tumefanya hivi. Like now Kibaki did. Kibaki borrowed I think 40 billion and was able to construct Thika superhighway. That is what we mean. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta borrowed some money and constructed the Keno Marua road. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta started Huduma Center, and by the way, Huduma Center is Huduma Kenya is celebrating 10 years. And this is a brainchild of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And everybody knows, you know, I know, everybody know, William Samoei Ruto knows that Huduma Kenya was a game changer. Because hapo beleni ungepata mtu anataka kitambulisho, you move from one office to the other, you move from one county to the other, you want a birth certificate, you are sent to your county, ulizaliwa wapi, wengine ulizaliwa kule mipakani ya Kenya na Tanzania, wengine ulizaliwa kule mpakani wa Somali na Kenya, and you're Nairobi, and wakati mwingine you want to pay water bills, electricity bills, you have some inquiries, you move from one office to the other, the KPLC offices to Maji, sema kwa mfano Kisumu Water and Sewage Company, Kimsco, is it Kimsco or whatever you call it. So Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta brought all these services together. That is why I am telling you, for sure Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was a genius, an economic and a political genius. Because without him, some of these things that we are seeing, sijui ingekuwa wapi. In fact, if Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta left this country in a bad situation, the country could have collapsed. And I pity the person who will come after William Samoei Ruto. The man who will come after William Samoei Ruto will face the music. In fact, I would not like to be the president of the Republic of Kenya after William Samoei Ruto. Na utaona jambo moja, wakati ambapo William Samoei Ruto atamaliza hatamu zake za uongozi, kuna jambo moja ambalo litatokea. Hutaona watu wengi wakingania kuwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Very few people. Because people know that atakuwa ameacha nchi katika shimo kubwa sana. In fact, I was looking at the price of fuel at a time like this last year. The petrol was selling at 159. Today it is selling at around 220. Tell me, ladies and gentlemen, where do you see this happening? Today watu wengi wanalia. In fact, sasa ukitazama vizuri sana utaona kwamba one unit of electricity has been quadrupled. The amount that would buy maybe 1,000 would buy maybe 64 token. Today it is buying less than 30 units of electricity. This is William Samoei Ruto's government. And that is why I'm telling you, when you listen to the people, when you listen to the aga, when you listen vile ambavyo watu wana hasira, watu wana mori. In fact, I also noted that even among UDA members of parliament, among Kenya Kwanza members of parliament, watu wana hasira, watu wamekasirika. Wamekasirishwa na serikali isiyojali. Wamekasirishwa na serikali isiyo na huruma. Wamekasirishwa na serikali isiyo na utu. Wamekasirishwa na serikali dhalimu. Wamekasirishwa na serikali ambayo inawatoza kodi, lakini hata baada ya kutozwa kodi, kile ambacho wanaona hawaoni manufaa yote. That's why Kenyans are angry. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why I'm telling you, Kenyans can erupt. And I wish Raila Amolo Odinga can come out and cool the situation Because I strongly believe that is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga. I think William Samoei Ruto needs Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, needs Raila Amolo Odinga more than any other time, because these are the only leaders who can actually cool down the anger. These are the only people who can actually remove William Samoei Ruto out of the toll. That is my take, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what you think. I know many of you not agree that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga should come and save the situation. But a time comes when the national interests are more important than those of an individual. Sio maneno yangu, ni maneno ya the late George Saitoti, who was the vice president of Kenya at a time when Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was fronted as a candidate, when he attempted to be the president of the Republic of Kenya for the first time, and he failed but learned the lesson, but akajifuta vumbi, akaamka na akaendelea na safari. Ladies and gentlemen, have a blessed evening. Bye bye.